Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Fortress Comic News, episode 370. I'm one of your hosts, Chris, alongside my co-host here, Mike. What's going on,
Hey,
Mike?
nothing much. We have Kyle Starks on the show today, returning guest, talking about a lot of stuff. Peacemaker tries hard over my shoulder this side, and that lovely book that we love so much. It's got some more stuff coming out. A just announced Super Pets book. So
It's in the news.
That's
We'll
in the
talk
news.
about it in the news.
It's in the news. Yeah, it's in the news. Just announced. We get a little bit of insight before anybody else on that, which is cool. And then we're talking about Kung Fu Prom, which is another book out by Kyle that's just came out a couple weeks ago. Really fun stuff. So check it out. And with that, Chris, I think we're just going to jump into the news because it's a packed episode.
Yeah, let's go ahead and do it.
All right, TV news. Prime Video announced that ahead of the season 4 premiere of The Boys, they've renewed the series for 5th season. So, more boys. I'm fine with that.
Yeah, it seems like a no-brainer. They've been pumping out this boys stuff. It's been really popular.
Felt the slump. There's no slump, really. Haven't felt the slump.
No, and obviously, season 4 hasn't come out yet. It's coming out soon. Yeah. I'm excited for it. I'm down for this to go on as long as it keeps being good. So,
even with the B show, I didn't feel the slump. You know what I mean? I was really interested in that too. So
yeah, Gen V was great. The only one I didn't really care for was the animated one. That felt a little weird because it was like kind of the comic version, but yeah. But that aside, like I think The Boys has been awesome. And it's it's the old sniff test for me. Like when my dad watches it and talks to me about it, like it's
awesome. Yeah. If he likes it, we're good.
Yeah.
Movie news. We got more casting for Fantastic Four.
Real quick before you jump into that.
Yeah.
I did not get a chance to watch anything this week. It's been a crazy week. So the X-Men finale was out this week. I'll probably talk about it next week. And the recent episode of Delicious in Dungeon, I just didn't get a chance to watch it, or the one from last week at that. So
I watched this week's, and I'll just say Frost Giants. So I don't want to spoil too much, but I'll let you watch it. It was really good this week.
We'll play catch up next week with all the TV stuff.
Movie news. So we got more casting for Fantastic Four. And it's for an undisclosed role, but we have Natasha Lyonne from Poker Face and Orange is the New Black will be joining the cast. So we're getting a slew of characters. Maybe it could be some other like titular Marvel faces that we see in the comics, hopefully.
Yeah, I couldn't think. Like last week's, I knew right away that I felt like Herbie was the right choice. This, like she's very unique, and like her look and her persona and everything. Like I love her whenever I see her in something, but I can't think of what it would be.
Maybe some space oriented.
Yeah. Well, she always plays something like. She plays more adult roles, and I don't mean that like sexually. I mean just like she's not a kid-friendly actress, at least the stuff I've seen her in.
Right. Yeah, it's like Orange is the New Black for sure.
Yeah, and even Poker Face, like she's very gruff and like has a personality to her that's it's interesting. We'll see because I just don't know. Fantastic Four, I'm excited for it. I just want to know who these people are playing.
I just want a trailer. Just give me a fucking trailer.
Yeah, start shooting, please.
Start shooting. I want some leaked photos of the sets and the suits. I want all that shit. So,
well, what confuses me is it comes out around the same time as Superman.
Yeah, so they have to be shooting it.
Superman's already shooting.
Yeah,
but they haven't announced that they're shooting this yet. So, what's going on? Like,
unless they're really good at hiding it.
Yeah. Well, normally they announce that stuff like,
they would,
begun or something.
Yeah, it's hard to like keep that shit under wraps nowadays, but
and I was just laughing to myself. I think that's the quickest we've gotten out of TV and movie news, even through the weeks where like, nothing's happening.
I don't know how like there wasn't. I don't think there was, but I mean, like the boys thing was just like, more boys, we get it. Like Fantastic Four, okay, let's see. Give me a trailer, and then it's like we're out.
It's so funny to me. But there's so much comic news.
There's a lot. Yeah, well, every week, Chris, more X-Men stuff, folks, and with that, more long and redundant fucking plot synopsises. I think someone's playing a joke on me now because every week I complain about these and there seems to double in size. So we get more X-Men comics for the X-Men line.
Real quick. I could make them longer if you want.
No.
Because the press releases are longer than what I put down, but feel like the pertinent information are in the long ass things I send to you.
No, for sure.
I'll let you know that.
I like that the two sections that they have are like, they could keep it to one set. You know what I mean? Like,
no, it's like behind the scenes, everybody.
Yeah, we're doing.
You all love that shit.
Oh,
but
sure.
Where is it? Oh, so when we get down to like Mad Cave and Magma, their announcements, it's like 2-3 quick sentences. This is what the fucking book is. This is what we're doing.
That's what we need. That's all we need.
DC and Marvel, they gotta have a soliloquy about what the book is about.
All these like fucking all these short stories about the books are just like, please buy the book. Please, any of you fans out there of any of these things, please buy the fucking book. Mad Cave is like, you're gonna buy the book. It's about pirates and vampires.
Yeah.
Let's buy the fucking book. Anyways, okay, more X-Men books for everybody. So we got Dazzler, the limited series from writer Jason Liu and artist Rafael Luriro. Her tour is for everyone, but backstage, Allison is joined by a crew of fellow mutants, head of security Domino, personal guard Strong Guy, one man roadie, multiple man, makes sense, drummer Shark Girl, and expert publicist Wind Dancer. Anti-mutant fervor has never felt more personal, but anyone who tries to dim Dazzler's light will just have to face the music. Out and proud as a mutant and back on the road, Dazzler, Marvel's glittering mutant songstress, has been in and out of the limelight over the years, but now the time has finally come for her to take center stage. Dazzler embarks on a new world tour, the culmination and celebration of her entire musical career. But while Dazzler may be ready to focus on her music, her celebrity mutant status and violent attack may sideline the entire endeavor before it's even begun. Are you getting the Dazzler book?
Fuck no.
No.
I'm sorry.
Dude, when Gem and the Holograms didn't do well when it came back, this isn't going to do well.
Like, it's a 4-issue series. People like Dazzler. Like, please don't make Taylor Swift Dazzler in any movie.
I was literally, that's all I could think of when I heard this character.
I don't care about pop star stuff, and that's really what this ends up being.
Yeah, it really
it's kind of funny. Like, you laughed at it, but it's funny seeing Strong Guy back.
Strong Guy, yeah, that's awesome.
And the cast is like fun, but no. I don't really like X-Men to begin with. Like, you think Dazzler's was going to get me to come in, man? Like,
no way. It's crazy. This one though is a little more important, I think, for the X-Men as a whole. Storm, ongoing series by writer Marua Ayadel and artist Lucas Warnick. Storm has always been a prime protector of the planet. With the loss of Krakoa, that position becomes more important than ever. From her new superhero headquarters, Storm begins making decisions that will forecast the future of the Marvel Universe. Her bold actions will stir forces around even beyond Earth, calling forth enemies that match her strength and determination. Storm has never needed a throne to rule the skies. Now watch in awe as this new series elevates her to heights that only she can reach. Or you can reach if you have a spaceship, I'm sure, but only she can reach. Storm is a pretty huge character to get an ongoing. That makes sense to me.
Yeah, Storm's a great character. Like, she deserves her own ongoing. I'm still not going to read it, but I'm happy to see, like, they're kind of experimenting with some solo books inside the X-verse. And I like that Marua Ayodela, I think that's how you say it, is doing the book. He's the guy that's writing that Akugan Brutalizer of the Gods.
Oh, okay.
If you haven't read it, like, I think it's a really great book. It's basically African mythology. Like,
that's awesome.
Their version of the Greek gods, basically.
Yeah, that's cool.
And I like his stuff. So
nice.
Go support him, I guess. But Storm's cool. Not an X guy, so I'm not gonna do it. That being said, the next thing is my way to support Storm.
The Storm is announced that she'll be joining the cast of the ongoing Avengers title, starting with issue 17. Very cool seeing her as part of the Avengers. I think that's awesome.
Yeah, I've been enjoying the Avengers book. Jed McKay's writing it. I'm forgetting who's doing the art now, but to see her join. Like, that's one of the things with Avengers that I think with Justice League, I like it when they set a team and that's the team for the run.
Mm-hmm.
With Avengers, I kind of like a rotating cast. I like
that's cool.
New people coming in and out, doing different things. And now the X-Men are back to the mainland. Like, there's always been mutants on the Avengers team.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Going from the very beginning. So to have, like, a big mainstay Avenger and a part of this new era where, like, they're doing their thing is important. And I had covers. I should probably pull those up now, Mike.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. So we're going to do this now.
We'll pull them up after we've talked about them, which is
so
the key way to do it.
Exactly. Look at Dazzler. Isn't she
Dazzler,
cool? Moving on. Storm. Look at that.
Way cooler. That is a really cool cover, though.
This I love, though. This cover.
Cover with the lightning bolt eyes. She looks like Raiden. I love it.
Yeah. So, like, this seems to be the new team moving forward, which is basically the team it's been. Just Iron Man's new suit. I'm guessing that Scarlet Witch survives Blood Hunt. And all that, but it's gonna be interesting also having her with Black Panther on the same team. I'm not really sure what the relationship is anymore. But
is there any significance to that gem that she's wearing?
I'm not sure.
It almost looks like an infinity gem, the way it's like slotted into her neck piece like that.
X-Men Storm.
Which one's the red one? Is it Power? The Power Stone is red. Maybe that's part of it.
I think so. But I don't. Well, all the stones right now,
they're in those creatures, right?
Yeah, they're part of people. So I don't think it's that.
Okay. It's just interesting. I don't know if it's just part of those.
So when you search it, the first thing that pops up is, why does Storm have white hair?
Oh, interesting.
Since the dawn of Atlantis, this line of African women have been given distinguished featuring white hair, blue eyes, and magical powers. What?
Wait, what? I think it does help in the cover we're looking at. Her hair turns into clouds, which is pretty awesome.
Yeah, it's a great cover.
Yeah,
I didn't even think twice about the gem.
Yeah, I just saw it and I was like, huh. No, that's cool.
But we'll see. Yeah, I'm excited to have her a part of the team.
Marvel announced the final evolution of their long-running Spider-Verse series of comics titled Spider Society. It'll be written by Alex Segura, art by Scott Godlewski. That is a really cool cover. In addition to heroes, Spider Society will introduce a wild cadre of spider villains from the multiverse known as the Sinister Squadron. It's a grouping of villains like we've never seen, and they defend the very fabric of the universe. Madam Web will recruit every spider hero there ever was for an unprecedented war that will redefine the web of life. It's every spider character you love, and some you haven't met yet. May the first meeting of the Spider Society commence. That's right. Every spider person will be in the same room for the craziest assembly of the multiverse has ever seen. That is a lot of spider people on one cover. Pretty cool.
Don't believe for a second this is the final evolution.
No. No way.
No, yeah, we got like the Cyclops Spider-Man back here.
We got Spider Pig.
This dude down here is doing.
Or Spider Ham. Sorry, not Spider Pig. Spider Ham.
Yeah, I'm not sure what this guy down here is doing.
Yeah, I don't know what
that chest.
Oh, that's Tarantula.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I do know that villain because I think I have his first appearance. Yeah,
and it's cool. People like the Spider-Verse stuff. I've considered getting into it. I'm just not a spider guy.
I kind of want to get into it.
I'm happy with the movies right now, so that's probably my in. But yeah, this won't be a day one purchase, but maybe years from now when I actually decide.
Maybe when they do a collected edition of all of them, that would be great.
Well, they did a omnibus years back with a bunch of the Spider-Verse stuff, and it went up to, I think, Spider-Geddon.
Oh.
And I had a line on one for fairly cheap, and I almost pulled the trigger on it, but at the last second, I'm like, nah.
Damn.
It's going to sit and rot.
Yep. All right. DC announcements. There's a new Black Label series called Jenny Sparks. Oh, okay. This series
Wildstorm.
Yeah, more Wildstorm stuff getting shoved down your throat. This series will be written by Tom King and art by Jeff Spokes. Who's Jenny Sparks? Readers of DC's Wildstorm comics will know that Jenny, the whole 20 of them, has always worked outside of the Justice League established to find anomalies in the superhero community, is subtle enough to dig into the lies of the most powerful people on the planet, and strong enough to fight back when these fallen heroes discover who's digging. She can, if only for a moment, light up the darkest nights. In DC's new Jenny Sparks, Jenny's the spirit of the 20th century resurrected in the 21st. And I'm just getting more tired reading this. I do not care about this character at all. Kicking off the action in Jenny Sparks #1, what could 4 strangers have to do with the fate of the world? Find out as Captain Atom goes rogue, threatening to destroy the planet he once swore to protect. It may take the most unconventional hero of time to stop them all, Jenny. To stop him, Jenny. Okay, so I love Captain Atom. Dude, this Wildstorm stuff makes me so upset. They've been pushing these guys for so long.
Listen, y'all were. I mean, I'm happy with Jim Lee at the top, but this is what you get with Jim Lee at the top, man. Like,
yeah, Wildstorm left to right. I don't know if I'll be reading this one, Chris, at all.
I mean, you lost me at Tom King, but
especially there. I'm like, I just don't care.
I was joking with somebody in our circle that like I think we're like the #1 Tom King haters on the planet because everybody else is just like talking about how great his stuff is, and I can't stand it.
It's just like it's just not. I don't know. It's not enjoyable. It's like a task to read it sometimes.
Yeah, there's nothing personal, Tom. Like you seem like a lovely dude. I just don't enjoy your work.
Yeah.
And that's kind of where it is. I thought it was funny that the marketing for this was like Tom returns to Batman. I'm like, really? Oh, he's got. And I thought it was gonna be like a Batman Black Label book. I'm like, okay. And it's like Jenny Sparks. I'm like, who the fuck is Jenny Sparks?
Like what? Yeah.
Oh, that's who Jenny Sparks is. That character I didn't care about in that book I didn't like.
Yeah, it's just wild. On the other side of the announcement, something we really do want to talk about. We talked about it with Kyle Starks. The new Super Pets anthology comic titled Super Pets Special Bite Identity, which I love. Look at that. Oh my god, that cover's amazing. With the Nightwing dog there. Bite Identity Crisis. If anybody knows, that's play on words from Identity Crisis back in the day from Brad Meltzer. This will feature stories written by Tony Fleeks, Alex Quist-Serrano, Michael Conrad, Dan Waters, Kyle Starks. There he is. With Mike Norton, PJ Holden, Sammy Basri, Chris Mittens, and Kyle Starks doing the art as well as writing. The Super Pets are back. They're all Bite. Haley, the Will Bark Out star. Oh my god. Of Nightwing finds herself to fish out of the water. Oh my god. When she arrives in the Kent farm, as our big city mutt tries to adjust to country living, she's shocked to discover the kennel of courageous critters. Wow, I love that alliteration. Is already waiting for her. Bitewing meets Super Pets, and you might want to hold on tight because things are about to get hairy. Also featuring stories of Mishwoof and Muthem, instead of Mischief and Mayhem, everybody. The Dark Side of the Dog Bed, the many pets of Damian Wayne. You'll have to squeak to believe it. Okay. I mean, you had me at Super Pets, Chris.
Yeah, me too.
And that who's the guy in the back in the leotard with a whip? I don't know. It looks like the Joker or Flex Metallo.
I knew it at one point. It's neither, but it's some like shitty villain.
Okay, I love it already.
I like that the Green Lantern, that's the squirrel, is in there.
Yeah.
I'm zoning on his name, but he rules.
Beat or whatever, but is or
Bat Cow's in there. Like we talked about it when Marvel Unleashed came out that Starks was the writer of.
Yeah.
You give me any, whether it's the Pet Avengers, the Super Pets, I don't care.
Mm-hmm.
Superhero pets, I'm in, like 100%. And then hearing more from Kyle about what his story is,
love it.
A Watchmen related thing, like fuck I'm there.
Yeah,
it just fistful of dollars. Here's my money. Take it.
Yep.
It just looks so much fun, and even though it seems to center around a Nightwing thing, I'm still all there. Like,
oh yeah.
You could give me X dogs, and I'll probably buy it. Like it. I just love having animal superheroes of some sort.
Yeah, I cannot wait. This is the fun we need in comics. Super Pets anything, I'm on board. Mad Cave Studios announced a new series from David Hazen, the lovely writer of Nottingham. Oh, Chris, I'm happy for you. And artist Sammy Cavella, titled Kosher Mafia. So a crime noir by David Hazen. In Cleveland, Ohio in 1936, Howard Berkowitz, the bookkeeper of the Jewish mob, finds himself in the wrong end of an enforcer's gun when he tries to spur the kosher mafia into action against the rising tide of domestic Nazism and the German-American Bund. This is a Chris book, everybody. Holy shit.
Yeah. That
it looks great.
that area, like mafia crime stuff, like yeah, I'm fucking there.
Yeah.
So just everything there, like what the book is, of course I'm in. It looks cool.
Yeah.
I love that Mad Cave is sticking with its people because Hazen's like a in-house guy. He's been there for a while. He was discovered by them. And then even the artist there, he did the book Dear Editor that Mad Cave did, and another book by them. So he's like an in-house artist.
Yep.
Like they got their talent and they are really taking care of them and doing cool things with them. I love Mad Cave. I think this book sounds cool. I'm down. I think it's hilarious that all of a sudden like crime books are big
everywhere, dude. It's everywhere. Started with Dick Tracy.
But I'm not gonna argue with it, man.
Yeah,
like, I'm gonna ride that wave and just enjoy the ride.
Nice. No, that's awesome. Good for David. Interested to see how this turns out for him. Writing crime noir.
Yeah, I'll be interested to see too, like how the book does compared to Nottingham, like how he makes out and also how good the book is. Like there's a lot of factors here I'm interested in outside of just sounding like a book I'll be down for day one. Hopefully before day one, but
yeah, that'd be nice.
Check my privilege at the door.
Magma Comics announced a new series called The Pedestrian Magma by writer Joey Esposito and artist Sean Von Gorman.
With the best cover of all time, by the way.
This cover is amazing. It's The Pedestrian it's the dude walking in the crosswalk with a pedestrian symbol on his chest. Behold the pedestrian, a strange visitor speed walks into Summer City, silently changes the lives of the residents, but not all is quiet and sleepy small town. I love this. An ancient conflict linked to the secret history of street signs is brewing. Don't walk, run. The pedestrian justice always has the right of way. This seems like a very heavy, like Ahoy comic. And I'm here for this. Like, this is the type of stuff that I would love to read from Magma. So
this screams Ahoy, like from the very beginning.
Yeah.
That being said, I think Magma Comics is like my Ahoy to your version, and I just love like every book they're putting out. Every book I read by them, except for Scale Trade, because I guess I just don't like Steve Orlando, but. The other two books they put out, like I just absolutely adore. Like I think Silicon Bandits is one of my favorite books of the year right now. After one issue, we're going to talk about Principles of Necromancy a little bit later, but I love that book. And then every time they announce something, like that sounds cool. That sounds cool. And this just sounds so goofy and fun.
Yeah, it sounds like a lot of fun.
And you could tell even by that first cover. Like I'll go back to it real quick. It's not taking itself seriously.
No, I love it. I love it. Yeah, the speed walking guy.
And then, just as a quick aside, like I haven't heard the name Joey Esposito in years.
Yeah, it's been a while.
1 week, I hear his name twice. So that's the next book we're going to talk about too.
Yep.
So cool. I don't know where he's been, what he's been doing. He's probably been doing stuff I just haven't been paying attention, but it's cool to see him pop back up in the scene.
Yeah, this looks like a lot of fun. I can't wait to read
I love this cover. I mean, it's an all reds, of course. I love it, but
it's a great cover. Oni Press announced a new series in collaboration with Sesame Workshop titled Sesame Street. The 4-issue series will be written by Joey Esposito and art by Gabriela Arenas. Look at that. Grover wakes up to another beautiful day on Sesame Street, but he soon discovers that his friends each have a problem to solve before they can enjoy it. Read along in this brand new comic book as Grover does what he does best. Lends a helping hand. After all, the most fun on Sesame Street comes from working together. Huge property for Oni Press to be writing a book about. Huge.
Yeah. Obviously a quote unquote all ages book.
Right.
I'm going to call it what it is. It's a kid's book.
Yeah. Sesame Street for sure.
And just cool to see something like that parents can get that they know is like accessible and isn't going to be something weird or different. Like it's Sesame Street.
Yep.
And I mean, obviously neither of us are going to read this, but
it's cool to see that. I mean, Joey's writing. This is a big book to be on for sure.
Yeah, I think this book's going to do gangbusters. Especially
a lot of adults love Sesame Street too. I mean, there's a huge.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
Oh yeah. So, I think though that crowd aside, like I'm always happy to have kids books on the shelves because. Like Kyle kind of talked about in the interview, like the next generation, how we get them in it. I'm always thinking of that too, because it's like I need them to read it so that when I'm crippled and dying in my 70s, like I still want to read comics.
Hell yeah.
I guess I could catch up back by then, but
yeah, you'll have time to read them all.
Yeah, yep. So
nice. Yeah, no, that's cool pretty cool. That's a cool announcement. Yeah,
definitely.
Good for Joey. And then before we talk about what we read this week, we have more sad news. Don Perlin passed away at the very young age of 94. Holy crap. His daughter Elaine announced the passing, said he went peacefully surrounded by family, which, I mean, you can't hope for anything better than that. For those who don't know, Don was an artist with Marvel for many years, as well as a short stint with the original Valiant comics. Worked on comics like Captain America, Werewolf by Night, Bloodshot, and a lot more. He's also one of the co-creators of one of Chris's favorites, Moon Knight.
Yeah.
Very cool. Again, another creator immortalized in the work, but also 94. Bless him. That's a very long life, hopefully filled with a lot of, definitely filled with a lot of great achievements here in the comic book industry, but surrounded by family too. So
yeah. I have a bunch of stuff by him in my collection. I mean, he did a pretty decent amount of Captain America stuff, so of course I have a bunch of stuff by him. But yeah, co-creator Moon Knight. He never actually did a Moon Knight book, though, to my knowledge. He just did the Werewolf by Night, where Moon Knight was introduced.
Yep.
He was, up until like the mid 90s, he was pretty big in at Marvel, especially. But like, I think it was 93 to 96 is when he moved to Valiant, and then I don't know, retired. Just I don't know really what happened, but just wasn't around. But yeah, he had some good work over the years, and I mean, it is sad, but at the same time, it's like the dude was 94.
I know. That is, right.
Like I remember when my grandmother passed last year, and she was 96, and I remember just being like, "Holy shit!" Like you're sad you lost somebody you cared about, but at the same time, it's like I don't want to be 96.
Yeah, I know. It's that is definitely a high achievement for age. And
joking aside with that though, like surrounded by family, all that's cool.
Yeah,
like that's what we all hope to have at the end.
And
he has a bunch of cool work to live on past him. So hopefully his family keeps getting those Moon Knight checks.
Oh yeah, I bet they are. And with that, folks, we're gonna talk about what we read this week. Heads up, I have a backlog of stuff I need to read. Just work is getting in the way, so I'm gonna try to read it all this week, and we'll see how that goes. But hopefully Chris read some comics for us this week.
Oh boy, did I read some comics, Mike.
Okay.
So I am trying to catch up on The Devil That Wears My Face, but I didn't finish it, and I think the trade comes out soon, so I'm actually gonna save that conversation for next week.
Okay.
Principles of Necromancy 2 came out, and this one was interesting. It's not, so they definitely shift the horror in this because it's all about this woman who has like a brain tumor.
Okay.
And Dr. Isaac comes in, gets the tumor out, and then he's like, "Hey, I don't need payment. I just want to keep this tumor in my jar," which is really weird.
Okay.
And then you basically find out that like he's doing some weird shit with like these things. He's been helping people, but like the things he's taking from them, he's doing some Frankensteinish shit like behind the scenes.
Okay.
And really the whole issue is about this little girl who it was the daughter of the woman who he saved, and she wanted to like show her thanks in some way. So she wanted to learn from him. And he kind of taught her the lesson of like, you can't trust anybody because he brought her in for a day and then disappears. So yeah, it's even though we still get Dr. Eyes, it was definitely what the hive mind told me, which is a shift in like what kind of horror they're going to tell throughout it. It's not going to be the same book every issue.
Yep.
But I did really enjoy it.
Cool.
The Deviant number 5, sticking with horror because apparently that's all I read now.
Perfect.
This is an issue. We got like, I don't know. It was I hate saying this because it always comes up with these kinds of fucking books, but this issue is not necessary. And all this issue was the main character's backstory of like him finding out he's gay. And I just don't think we needed it for this book. Like him being gay was a big part of the story, but like him discovering his sexuality, and they do connect it to like the killer and everything. just felt like a waste of my time. I'm just gonna be honest with everybody.
Mm-hmm.
That's it's not gonna stop me from reading the book. Like I'm not like all angry and gatey about it, but it was just kind of a down issue. I'm trying to catch up on Uncanny Valley because issue 2 comes out this week.
Yep.
So I didn't get to read issue 2, even though we have a copy of it. But I did read issue 1, and it's a little different from what I initially thought. So like so spoilers for this issue, even though this is what we do every fucking episode.
Yeah.
So it's not that the kid is seeing cartoons, is that the cartoons are actually a part of our world. And we find out that he's a half-breed. So his mom was getting freaky with some cartoons, man.
I guess so.
And it's funny because like when you get that reveal at the end, you go back and like they're very obvious that that's what this is. They leave those context clues throughout the book.
Yeah,
you're reading it and you're not really.
Yeah.
So basically the whole thing is like if you remember the original promo stuff, there was that like cowboy with an old timey double barrel shotgun. That's like his grandfather.
Okay.
And like he's the one that breaks it to him, and this kid's just like trying to figure out the fuck's going on as like these cartoon crows are attacking him. It's a weird book, but I fucking love that first issue, man. It was a blast. So I'm excited to see where issue 2 takes it. And then here's my stack. Here's my stack. Action Comics number 1065. So we got Supergirl and Superboy, Connor Superboy.
Okay.
Are escaped in their mini. And they don't have superpowers. And so they find Livewire and Brainiac. Livewire and Parasite. And they basically tell them, like, we'll save you, but like you still gotta be a good guy. And they do. They end up like sizing them up, and they find Brainiac's armory, so they go attack all the other Brainiacs with the weapons they find.
Nice.
It's a straight action.
Yeah, that's an Action Comics book for sure.
Like even when they jump over to Superman and Lobo, it's all about like the fight with the Caesarians.
Nice.
Cool twist at the end, but I'm loving this House of Brainiac thing, man. Like it's been a great
series so far.
Redcoat number 2.
Yep, that's on my list. I got it.
Yeah, so we find out there's another immortal. I won't spoil that because it's kind of a cool reveal of who it is. Like I thought it was fun who it was, but Redcoat goes to that immortal with young Albert Einstein, who quick pet peeve. Like you don't need to write the accent. Like
the German accent. Yeah.
Listen, I'm very heritage, very German, but like fuck, man, it's so annoying to read. It's like reading Bizarro. Like
Bizarro. Yeah.
Anyways, they go and they see this person because they have an answer they have a question, because after he comes out of the grave, he gets attacked by what I thought was going to be the Klan in the first issue.
Yep.
If you remember at the end of the first issue, like it's attacked by these guys in like hoods. It's actually like that cult that was trying to give Benjamin Franklin the immortality that he stole. And we find out like they still exist in quote unquote current time, the 1890s or whatever it is. And they're the ones that attacked him, and they used a magic axe to do it. And now he only has 3 days to live. So that's their big twist at the end. But I'll say when you read it, the reveal of who is the other immortal and like why it happened is so good. And I hope that Jeff Johns does this every issue. Like just gives me someone weird in history that he gives a twist on, because that's been what's been the most fun about this book for me.
Nice.
Shazam number 11.
Yeah.
Did you read that one?
No.
I thought you talked about last week.
I started it. I didn't finish it though. That was like a book I got halfway. I had to put it down for some reason.
Child Protective Service comes to the Shazam house. They just want to talk to Billy because Billy's mom's back and she wants to do something. So basically the parents can't adopt everybody, which this is weird. Like I think in real life, like the answer would have been, we can adopt everybody but Billy. But in this book, it's like, it's all or nothing. So
right.
They can adopt anybody because of Billy. And in the background, like, I don't know, Shazam fights some weird crow things, and but it's really about the CPS story. It was good. This is the first issue where it lost a little bit of that luster of like being just pure fun. It got a little too real, and I want to go back to the pure. Like,
can we go back?
There's no dinosaur auditor in this one.
Right?
Like, what's going on?
It's just all about adoption. What the hell's going on here?
You talked about it last week, but I did read Batman 147, and I really loved it.
Yep, it's a good one.
Like, stick with this, Chip. Like, tell the editors at DC, like, no more veering off the bullshit. Like, just stick with this.
Yeah, we don't need the bullshit.
Geiger number 2 from last week. So I see what the book is now. Like, they're going to find the other glowing man who's been saved from the affliction they have. But it's going to be a Western book about him going town to town doing odd jobs. Like, so he goes to this town. Somebody, like a bandit's coming to the town every so often and robbing the people. Geiger's got to help him. Once he does that, he gets information for the next thing. Move on to the next town. It feels like that's what the plan for this book is now.
I'm fine with that.
Which I'm fine with, yeah.
Yeah.
It's not as good as the original series was, but I'm fine with it. It was fun. I did enjoy it, and I like the back and forth between Geiger and the knight that he's running around with.
Yeah, I do like that guy. Yeah.
So, yeah, good issue. Ultimate X-Men number 3. A little bit of a down issue. Like, I don't know. We basically get Storm's backstory. Like, did I need like teenage Storm's backstory? No,
probably
I didn't.
not.
Like,
probably not.
And then we learned there's another mutant in the school. That's really all that happens.
Another one?
Yeah. Oh my God. There's a whole lot of mutants in fucking
There's more mutants
Japan,
in the mutant
dude.
school? Oh, okay.
So yeah, I don't know. I really like the first issue. It's kind of gone downhill since then. We will see if I continue with it. 7 Years in Darkness, Year 2, number 1. This is the Dark Harry Potter book, like the literal Dark Harry Potter book.
Yeah.
And it starts off year 2 of them at school. One of the girls there gets like possessed and like goes on a fucking rampage and just starts killing people. And then we get like how that happened. And then the people at school find out like how it happened, but then are really like having this fight back and forth about one of the headmasters is like, we got to kill her. Like, there's no other way. And then another one's like, no, we could do something. And she figures it out. But like,
no,
it does. In this universe, you can't like exorcise a demon. It just stays in you. So now she has to walk around because they end up doing that. They end up saving her and she becomes normal. And now she has to walk around knowing that this thing is inside of her and could take over at any time. Even though she just got done killing like 5 of her classmates.
What the hell?
Book's really fucked up, but I love it.
That's pretty fucked up.
If you're ever reading Harry Potter and you're like, man, I wish this was darker and had more killing, like 7 Years in Darkness, man. It's nice. It's there. I Hate Fairyland number 14 came out last week, and it was a good issue. I Hate Fairyland's lost a little bit of slot. It's in the saga stage where saga is right now.
Oh no.
Where like it's not quite what it was, but I'm still reading it because I love it. Yeah. So yeah, basically like Goblin Gertz are attacking Fairyland, and now she has to figure out how to take care of them. I don't know. Some quick Blood Hunt updates, Mike. Blood Hunters number 1,
of course.
If you're enjoying Blood Hunt, it's a anthology book. It's got 3 stories in it. I think it's 3 issues. This has a Mark Russell story in it, Mike.
Nice. I do like that.
And each story is like a different hero in the Marvel universe, and their first day with the vampires taking over. So it opens with Hawkeye, Clint Barton Hawkeye, who is apparently on the run, and his whole plan to hide himself is grow a mustache, which I thought was hilarious.
Amazing.
And like he's on the run, he's about to get caught, but then the vampires come. So like that's kind of the structure of it. It doesn't go too deep. It's nothing like gonna blow your mind. But if you're enjoying Blood Hunt, you want more. I think it's a good place to go.
Cool.
The Avengers number 14, which is a Blood Hunt tie-in, Mike.
Oh, okay. I did not read that one.
So Cap is still like, so this is actually Steve Rogers Cap, which made me happy.
Okay.
It's going away from the original, from the main Avengers team. None of those members are there because they're all tied up with Blood Hunt stuff. So Steve Rogers Cap has this like makeshift team where he puts out the call, like, anyone's been an Avenger, come, we need to fight these vampires. And Hercules, Quicksilver, and Hawkeye, the female Hawkeye, I forget her actual name now, show up, as well as this radioactive, I think it's a mutant character. I'm actually not too familiar with her. And they fight vampires. Like, that's it. Like,
awesome. That's all you
need.
And
the whole issue is a soliloquy of Steve being like, I never wanted to be a superhero. I was always a soldier. I've read it a million times. I still love when he gives that speech. But it's fun. And I like the dynamic between him and Quicksilver, though, because Scarlet Witch is currently one of the beings that was using the Darkhold that's creating the Forever Night. So his whole motivation is like, she's the only person that's ever cared about me. We need to fix this. And yeah. And then my last one, Mike, was Doom.
Yeah, that came out. Yep. What'd you think?
I liked it. It's obviously a like one-shot parallel universe story, like an Elseworld story, if you will. Because basically Doom, so it's told from the perspective of Reed's daughter, Valeria, I think is her name.
Yep.
And she goes out in space to find Doom after Doom picked a fight with Galactus. And Doom just got in a giant mech suit and said, I'm going to go fight Galactus. And then after that fight ended and like Galactus went on a rampage, so all the heroes decided to go out there and fight him too. And they all died.
Okay.
And then the Guardians decided to go and they all died, and so on and so on. So she's like the only powered person left. She finds Doom. He's like hanging on to life. She brings him back and she gives him this cocktail that has like a little bit of super soldier serum, a little bit of this, a little bit of that, brings him back, gives him his powers, and creates him a new suit that holds not one, but 3 cosmic cubes to power his new suit.
Okay.
And she's like, yeah, go ahead and go fight Galactus again. And that's kind of how the issue ends, is him like all fucking beefed out. Like,
that's awesome. I love that.
So it's really more of a story about her and like her relationship with Doom, because she talks on and on about it.
That's interesting.
It's a cool one-shot story. It's like 64 pages, I think. One and done. Not, we don't have to get into a whole bunch of more stuff involved with it. He just obviously had this fun story he wanted to tell about Dr. Doom. And I enjoyed it.
Cool.
So, Mike, that was everything I read this week. Where can people find you on the internet?
You can find me at Fortress Ricker on Twitter. Where can they find you and or the show? You
can find me on the social media networks at Fortress Chris, also at chriscomicscorner.substack.com, and the show at fortresscomicnews.com, or on Twitter at fortresscomics_. And if you want to support the show, the best way to do it is 5-star reviews on the podcatchers you use. Like, subscribe, share, comment down below on the YouTube, and patreon.com/fortresscomics. So thank you all so much for listening this week. We'll see you all here next week.